all for coming. My name is Randy Myers. I am the Director and Counsel of Federal Government Relations for TechAmerica, where I focus on cybersecurity policy in addition to high-skilled immigration and workforce and innovation issues. Thank you all for coming, and a special thank you to the House Cybersecurity Caucus, Congressman McCall and Congressman Langevin, for helping us put together this event. And also to our distinguished panelists, thank you all for coming here. Many of you traveling from out of town, so thank you. On your chair, you will notice that we have TechAmerica's Principles for Cybersecurity. I hope that you'll all take a look at those, and if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to follow up with any of us. It's now my pleasure to introduce Kevin Richards, who is the Senior Vice President for Federal Government Affairs. Thank you.
Thanks, Randy, and thank you for everybody for attending today's briefing. I know your schedule's very busy. There's a lot of issues going on right now, so really thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule. Also, thank you for our distinguished panel of experts today for taking the time to brief staff on the latest threat landscape. EMC, Google, Bluestar, SEIC, and TechGuard are all leading experts in this field, so we'll have a Q&A period, so please feel free to ask questions, and after the session's over, if you have any questions and you want to go more into depth on the topic, please feel free to do so. Today, we're going to talk about the cyber threats and vulnerabilities. This is a series of educational panels that TechAmerica has been undertaking on Capitol Hill, and today we're going to give you some insights on the threat landscape. I guess I'd like to give you maybe 4 high-level takeaways from today's session, if I could. One, the threats are evolving and they're sophisticated. Malicious activity on the internet is unrelenting and enormous. And today's panel will give you some insights into the threats and the threat landscape. Number 2, 85% of the critical infrastructure is owned or operated by the private sector. So public-private partnerships are essential as we look to secure our networks here in the U.S. Second, I'd encourage you as you look at writing cybersecurity bills, think internationally. Many of our firms do overseas business, so when you are looking at U.S.-based standards, if you have too strict a mandate, keep in mind that other nations will respond, and it's tougher for us to open up into markets as U.S.-based companies. Number 3, be wary of mandating specific technologies. We really want to maintain a flexible network, a framework when it comes to security. The cyber threat is constantly evolving, so many of our companies need to have a flexible framework to update technologies to respond to that threat. And if you mandate specific technology requirements in legislation, you freeze it within the legislation, and it could have the unintended consequence of undermining innovation. So those are kind of 4 of the high-level issues that we're looking at as an industry. And today's panel will examine the threats. And if you have any questions, I encourage you to ask them. I think we have a mix of folks who may be a sophisticated cyber audience, some may be here for the first time. So I think our panel will take the time to explain these issues to you. There's several threats out there, from social engineering, drive-by downloads, botnets, cyber espionage, polymorphic threats, rogue software. We won't capture all of those today, but it will give you a sense of the number of threats that are out there. I'd like to turn it over to Liesl Franz, who is moderating today's session. And again, thank you for attending today.